Alright, hello, my name is Heather Moeller and I'm going to talk about the cinematography in Vertigo. So as a reminder, Vertigo is a story about a man named Scotty, a retired detective suffering from acrophobia, the fear of heights resulting in severe cases of vertigo or dizziness. Taking up his detective duties once again, he follows a woman named Madeline who seems to be acting abnormally. He ends up falling in love with her, she dies, but then later is revealed to have been a woman named Judy the entire time. His emotions run wild as he works through the details of his complicated situation. The cinematographer of the film was Robert Burks, one of Hitchcock's favorite cinematographers. Burks actually worked on 12 films with Hitchcock, and I found Burks' cinematography in Vertigo to be one of my favorite aspects of the film, enhancing the story with his camera work and creating a mood that would have otherwise been lost without it. And one of the most famous aspects of cinematography in Vertigo is the dolly zoom or dolly out zoom in method, which created the vertigo effect. This is where the camera is literally moving away from the subject while zooming in at the same time, making the background change while the subject stays in place. This camera work, a point of view shot, showed the audience Scotty's vertigo by making them feel it themselves. We see this happen quickly in the first scene, when Scotty looks down as he's hanging off the side of the building before he sees his partner fall to his death. We also see it occur the 2 times that Scotty climbs the stairs coming after Madeline, or Judy, in the bell tower. I think it's also important to touch on the general camera movements throughout the entire film. Yes, the camera allows us to see intricate shots, close-ups, and the like, but it also makes you sometimes feel as if someone else is in the room, making the camera an additional character in the film. An example of this is in Gavin's, an old friend of Scotty's, office, when he asks Scotty if someone dead can take possession of another person's life. The camera during this part of the scene moves close to Gavin's face and swiftly glides away, framing the 2 men as the question sinks in. This talk about ghosts made the camera ghost-like as well, making it feel as if something eerie was lingering in the room. Another example of great camera work occurring throughout the film is when the camera takes on stalker-like motions, reflecting Scotty's detective nature and the ever-present mystery of the film. Lighting is also an important aspect of the film, especially with the use of shadows that are especially present at the end. As Scotty became more obsessed, convincing himself to reenact the night of Madeline's supposed death, the light fades and shadows appear. I believe this represents Scotty's dark emotions and the growing intensity as the film reaches its climax. Not only did it represent the character's feelings, but I felt as if it represented my feelings as well. As the lighting became darker and the scene progressed, I became more and more uncertain as to what would come next and how the scene would end. I felt in the dark as the scene grew darker. In addition to lighting, other effects were used to create certain moods. According to amovieaweek.com, Burks frequently used filters and softeners in sequences to heighten emotion. When Madeline appeared in a scene, softeners would be used in order to make her appear dreamlike, and I also noticed that she appears brighter than others on the screen, making her seem angelic as well. This allows us as the audience to view her from Scotty's eyes as an object of desire and beauty. One could also argue that it foreshadows her miraculous resurrection later on in the film. There is one other aspect of cinematography in Vertigo that I would like to touch on. Color within certain shots, an element of mise-en-scène, seems to play an important role in further developing themes throughout the film. With the help of hubpages.com, I was able to notice the recurring use of red and green/greenery representing a potential theme: death and the curiosity of an afterlife and resurrection. Red is used in the very beginning of the film, where we see a close-up of a red-tinted woman whose eyes show fear, possibly of death. And we also see red in Gavin's office, and I'm directly quoting this from the article. All the red that consumes the room signifies blood and death. Green is even more apparent throughout the film, showing up in just about every scene, either through plants, trees, clothing, or obvious green-tinted lighting. One specific and obvious example of this is when Judy makes the transformation into Madeline toward the end of the film. As she steps into the light, revealing her Madeline look, a green tint envelops the screen in order to symbolize her resurrection. The cinematography in Vertigo clearly creates more than just images for the audience to see. Through its use of the famous dolly zoom, general camera movements, lighting, visual effects, color, and much more, Burks and Hitchcock were able to create certain emotions and allow the audience to delve deeper into the film. I applaud them for their captivating work, and thank you.